Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Oh, that's better. I can hear you now, Frank. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good, good. How's your day been so far? How's things?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good, good. Well, look, I appreciate you rearranging. The idea of this call was to, I guess, to find out a little bit more about what it is you do in your business and all that good stuff, and then for me to then give you a bit more information about us and how we do what we do and how the two may be able to sync together. So, yeah, I guess what's the current situation? Give me a bit more information about your business and what it is you do, and yeah, all that stuff, please.
Yeah, basically, I'm a deal sourcer. I source for deals. Then I run Airbnb service accommodation. So yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah, well, we can definitely help with the deal sourcing piece. I've spoken to a couple of people over the last few weeks, actually, in very similar positions. Um,
Mm.
so we can definitely help you when it comes to, to deal sourcing. So that's pretty cool. How long have you been doing the deal sourcing? Is it something that you've recently started, or have you been doing it for a number of years, or?
Yeah, this year.
Started it this year. No, that's really cool. No, that's really cool. Do you have do you have much in terms of like a social media presence? Do you post much about it on sort of Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that? Yeah, what's the marketing
I
like for it?
post, but not much. I wouldn't say much.
No.
Mm.
No, that's fine. It sounds like a lot of people. I'm also wish I had the time to post on social media a bit more, but unfortunately life doesn't allow me to. So, okay, cool. No, that's fine. Well, look, let me give you a bit of info to who we are and how we do what we do, and then we'll sort of fill in the gaps.
Okay.
So to give you a bit of insight, so we are a property specialist marketing agency. So with a view that what we do is we utilize platforms such as Meta or Facebook, LinkedIn to generate and Google Ads to generate leads for our clients. Now we work with people that are deal sourcers. We work with people maybe that are investors looking for new projects. Maybe we also work with people who we work with estate agents. We also work with
Okay.
people that maybe have projects that they're looking to build and they need to secure investment. So we use a
Okay.
variety of different platforms in order to connect people with the right people, is probably the best way to put it. Um, from a deal sourcing standpoint, probably what we would do is very similar to what we've done with previous clients, as well as the ones we're also talking to, which hopefully will be coming on board soon, which is looking at using Meta and running Facebook ads as a way to, I guess, attract people to you, or give you opportunities that you can then obviously pass on to your investor network or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, let me share my screen with you and show you a bit of a meta ads piece. This will give you a bit of an idea to how we do that. Bear with me 2 seconds. Right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Meta
Yeah.
ads.
Meta ads, amazing. So yeah, so we use meta ads, and the reason we do that is there's a number of different ways in which you can track, you can narrow down, you can target the right people. Ultimately, our job is to put opportunities in front of you to be able to give you the best chance to be able to convert them. Now, obviously, when it comes to paid advertising, there's a budget that you have to put behind that as well, which we'll discuss. But the key thing is looking at how we set them up and sort of how we run them for our clients. So I guess to give you a bit of an idea, like I said, we're a specialist property marketing agency. So that's literally the sector we focus on, which gives us a unique advantage in the perspective of, if things change within the market or if we're seeing certain trends, it allows us to really move within that sector. But it also means that we have tried and tested ways to help people generate leads and help them to
Yeah.
enhance their brand. We are not your marketing agency that will market the local car dealership and then next day do this. We just focus on the property space. So that's what's cool with us. The reason why we use the meta ads, I think, is really it's an unmatched reach and target precision. Like we can use a filtering mechanism, which is what the after this call, if if you're interested and we went ahead, what we would do is we'd sit down and show you what that targeting mechanism looks like. But we can look at things
Yeah.
such as location, demographics, interests. We can identify homeowners. You can even identify people that have maybe received a property through probate. Maybe they want to sell it. You can identify landlords that maybe want to exit. So potentially there's someone that wants to take over their properties. There's a multitude of different ways in which we can find the right target audience. And then obviously we work very closely with you to put that together. At its most highest level, like the most basic is looking at sort of, I guess, your location. So what locations do you cover at the moment? Like what sort of areas are you looking
Uh,
to target?
Hampshire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so what we would do is we would obviously then run a search, sort of put a pin in the center of sort of wherever that may be in Hampshire, and then run a search in terms of a radius. And that's at its most basic level. Then what we then do is we then go into filtering. So as it says here, we can target families that are handling probate or have inherited properties, maybe distressed sellers, tired landlords. Like there's a number of different ways in which we can connect with them. Now, to support that, obviously, we've all probably clicked on a paid advertisement before or seen one. The big thing is the creative. So you can set up the best filtering, the best targeting ever. But if the advert is not correct, then obviously people aren't going to click on it. So we do that through a variety of different ways. We would obviously link this to do you have a business page on Meta, or is it only a personal one you have?
Yeah, I've got a business page.
You've got a business page. Amazing. So what we would then do, so that's the good thing with paid ads, right? So firstly, obviously the idea is to generate you leads so that there's opportunities for you to match people together and sort of do your deal sourcing piece. The other side of it is it's a brand piece as well. So the idea is to drive traffic towards your business page so people can see who you are, what you do, how you do it. And then that in itself potentially generates leads as well. But what we would do is we would run the adverts via your business page, and then we would create something very similar on here. So the one in the middle
Mm,
was more of a video, so that's slightly more engaging. But we can put all this creative together for you, and we obviously work with you on that to ensure that what we're putting out there is
mm,
captivating and gets people interested. So we do what we do. So our strategy. So firstly is a brief and discovery. So that's what would happen after this if we were to go ahead. So we understand sort of you, your target audience, your goals with your sales, just around your sales. What do you charge as a deal sourcing fee, if you don't mind me asking? And also what's your conversion rate on deals? Like if I gave you 10 leads, how many of those would you expect to convert?
uh, you just asked two questions. Which one do you want me to answer? What I charge or conversion rate?
But you can answer if you can answer both, that would be great. In
Yeah,
whatever order.
a minimum of 3,000.
Yeah. Okay. And then if I gave you sort of 10 leads, how many of those would you expect to convert into deals? What
At least
percentage?
at least three.
At least three. Okay. So no, that's great. That gives me a good baseline number to work off. So I guess in terms of like if we were generating you sort of 10 leads per month and you were closing at 3,000 at 30% a closer rate, you'd be looking at about £9,000 in revenue each month. Yeah. Obviously, the way we look to do that is we would obviously look to generate you more than 10 leads, but just as a good rounded number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, we would do our strategy would be, like I said, more brief and discovery. Then we look at sort of the audience. So we start looking at sort of people to target. We do the creative, we then launch the campaign. And then what's really important and is something that we do very well is this live optimization piece. So the good thing with paid ads, it's very transparent. You are able to see everything from how many people it's reaching to how many people are clicking on it, etc., etc. The idea being is that we do this live optimization, we do this daily so that if we need to make tweaks to the advert, then we can to generate better results. That's the beauty of paid advertising. We have real-time data that we can use, which then allows us to obviously make the necessary changes so that we're maximizing our opportunity to drive revenue for your
Yeah.
business. Yeah. We also do a weekly performance report as well. So you'll have access to the dashboard, so you'll be able to see how it's doing on a daily basis. But at the end of every week, we send out a weekly performance, and we can show you exactly sort of how it's worked that week, things that we are seeing, what we were going to do next, things that we're going to tweak, things that we're going to change. So you're constantly in the know around where your sort of your money is being spent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Um, and then I guess around sort of performance metrics. So we focus on sort of cost per lead. So how efficiently are we generating new inquiries? We measure engagement. Um, we look at how many leads turn into opportunities. So obviously the big thing to mention, and I say this to everyone, is I can put 10, 15, 20 leads to you every month. However, at the same time, you still need to be able to get in touch with them quickly, qualify them, and do the necessary piece you're in. So we can bring as many leads as we can possibly bring to your door, but then obviously there is a piece at the end where you sort of have to engage with them and sort of sell your business and hope that you can sort of drive revenue from there. But the idea being is that through our filtering, the adverts that we set up, the creative, we're very confident that we can generate good quality leads. I think that's important.
Yeah,
Ones that actually want to talk to you, ones where you can probably pair them up with your existing network and sort of, I guess, do your deal sourcing piece. Yeah.
yeah,
And then the final bit is like this targeting piece. So that's the good thing with paid advertising. So obviously you've mentioned that most of the work you do is in Hampshire. If all of a sudden you wanted to venture out slightly further, we can do that. So we can run the same targeting for various different areas. Obviously, if someone wants to run targeting for 10 different areas, that's going to eat up their advertising spend and budget a lot faster than someone that's maybe doing one or two. So obviously we have to be slightly sort of, I guess, understanding and sort of realize that in our approach. But it means that we're able to pretty much attack people whether they're local or
yeah.
they're based in other countries, which is nice. Um, then we have results and case studies. I've got a whole whole document with case studies and previous clients. I can send that to you as well, so you can have a read through, and it will show you a bit more info about who we are and what we do and how we do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, that's it really. And then, like I said, why partner with us? Well, like I said, we understand the property space. Farouz, who runs the business, she's been in the property space for a number of years, and she started the business because she saw a gap in the market. She could clearly see that there was some great work that could be done through the use of sort of paid advertising or LinkedIn or whatever it may be. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about us, who we are, what we do, and how we do it. So yeah, I can send all this across to you anyway, so you can have a read through it. It'll probably be very beneficial for you. But yeah, what's your thoughts? What are you thinking?
Yeah, cool. So, what is involved and what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so in regards to sort of what we would need, so um, obviously I can run you through pricing and what that looks like in a second, so you can have a bit of an understanding of that. So in terms of next steps, what we would do is I can send all the information out to you. Have a read through it, see what you think. We can then, if you're happy and would be interested to go forward, then what I would then do is send you over, I guess, a bit more of like a contract or a statement of work, so you can see sort of how we do what we do. Once that invoice has been paid, we would then obviously initiate sort of the strategy session, and then start to sort of go down that road with you, sort of building out the targeting, the creative, the messaging, making sure that's all ready to rock and roll. And then we would obviously then go into a period of launching ads and sort of helping you along that journey as well. So yeah, so it's quite straightforward. There is a little bit of input from yourself, but the idea is we've got a process in place that allows us to get the information that we need, so that we can make sure that we're successful in what we're attempting to do for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
in terms of costings, so we do the only so I guess there's two parts that make up our costing. So one is our monthly management fee, which obviously includes us doing sort of the daily tracking, the daily optimization, the weekly reporting, all the creative, all the setup. And then the other side of it is then your ad spend. So we say a minimum spend of £500 a month, because that is what's going to allow us to, I guess, generate the sort of the leads that we need. Now, if all of a sudden it starts to generate a lot of money, yes, you can put more ad spend in, you can stay where you are. We've got some clients who spend 20, 25 grand a month. We've got some clients that always stay on £500 a month. The ad spend is completely up to you. All I would say is sometimes spending more money does not always get you better results. So I think
Yeah.
it's just a conservative effort on both sides, and also you can spend as much money as you want, but if your adverts aren't very good in converting, then you're never going to generate anything. So our ad spend, minimum ad spend is £500 a month, and then our
Okay.
monthly management fee is 2,000 a month. So it's technically £2,500 a month for us to generate, for us to do the work and generate the leads. There is a guarantee piece which says around sort of, if we don't generate X amount of leads in a set period, then obviously we refund you back your money. So we're confident that we're able to do that for you. But if you were to take an average month, like in terms of generating sort of 10 leads, if you're telling me that your conversion rate is about 30%, I'm saying if we generated you 10 leads at 30% conversion rate, that's probably about £9,000 of revenue. Our cost is 2,500, so it would leave you with a good sort of £6,500 a month profit is what we would be aiming for.
Okay, I think what will happen is just send over every detail I need to know to my email.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll digest it and then revert to you.
Yeah, for sure. Is it worth? I was just going to say, my diary is fairly busy towards the back end of next week. Would it be wise for us to book a meeting potentially on Tuesday next week to then run over everything, and then then we can chat? Yeah.
Tuesday. Tuesday. I'm looking at my Tuesday. Okay,
Yeah.
between 11 and 12.
12. I am not available between 11 and 12. I've got anything later in the afternoon, so 3 o'clock onwards, if that works for you.
Okay,
If
yeah, but
yeah,
not beyond 3.
no, shall we do 2:30? Is that okay? Two
Yeah,
thirty
it's
to
okay.
3, just do a half
Yeah,
hour. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Amazing. What I will do is let me send this to you now. So uh Tuesday at 2:30 till 3. Yeah, I'll send this to you now on second. Right, amazing. So that's all sent to you for next Tuesday at 2:30 till 3. What I will do is I will go ahead and send you all of the information, which will include the Meta Ads deck, information around costing, and also our portfolio and sort of clients we've worked with. Have a read through, see what you think, and then we'll catch up again on Tuesday. But if you have any other questions in the meantime, please do feel free to give me a call.
Yeah, it's
We
okay.
can,
No
we can
worries.
go from there. Yeah, amazing.
All right, thank you.
Great. Cheers, Frank. Have a great day. Catch you soon.
All right,
Bye
bye-bye.
bye.